The emotional scars left behind from the Lewiston shooting last October are still being felt 6 months later. Mental health experts say that processing collective trauma doesn't just happen in the immediate aftermath of a tragedy like this. Here with us to discuss is Sweetzer's medical director, Dr. Mark Kaplan. Dr. Kaplan, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me back.
Yeah, really important topic.
Absolutely. So collective trauma is a situation where a large group of people, in this case, pretty much the city of Lewiston and Auburn and Lisbon Falls and Bodenham, all experienced trauma from the shootings that happened 6 months ago. So when everybody experiences that, each individual will have their post-traumatic stress symptoms to a various degree, and that could include avoidance of going out. For people that were right there when the shootings occurred, it could be experiencing what's called flashbacks of those events. It could be being incredibly startled when they hear a car backfiring, these types of things. So, it's one thing when an individual is experiencing that, but when you have a large population, you think about, well, what helps people like that? And of course, counseling helps and talking to crisis people. But one of the things that has been profoundly helpful is events that brings the community together, because you can't heal from these things in isolation. And because remember, what was happening when the shootings occurred, you had families and individuals out enjoying recreation, fun stuff. And it would be a travesty if, for the foreseeable future, they couldn't do that anymore. So there has been concerts, and there's been tree lightings, and there's been sports games people have gone to, and church services. And that brings people back into a crowd, and they're safe, and they can kind of reprogram a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's very, very important. And the other thing is, there's no cookie cutter healing process for this. Some people are going to be struggling with their PTSD symptoms for quite a long way to go, and others, based on who they are, have just moved through it more gracefully. Doesn't mean it may not kick back at some point. But what's really exciting today is, just in time, the bowling alley and recreational center reopened today. And that takes extraordinary courage on the part of the owners to do that, and to carefully plan it so their patrons can feel safe. And before you know it, families will be back there doing things that families should be doing.
A really interesting and good way for people to start to begin that healing from that collective trauma. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, Dr. Kaplan, thank you so much for joining us.